You can speak to it like a person and ask it real-time information. This could become an agent's best friend on their phone. So welcome to the Real Estate Mix. And today we're going to be speaking directly to realtors or anyone who wants to use artificial intelligence to further their real estate career, further what they're doing, their investments in real estate. We have some really good AI for you today. And I have Susan South, who is a real estate coach, a real estate agent. She has been in the business forever and I've known her forever, which is amazing. Susie, tell us about yourself.
Hey. Yes, so my name is Susie South, and I am a real estate agent in Florida, as well as for most of my career, and I've been in the business since 2008. I have been a coach for agents. I've been in leadership in different organizations, and I just love working with agents and helping them with their real estate career.
And now you use AI now in your business a lot, don't you?
I do. I use it. It's kind of my assistant. I use it for listings, for working with buyers, for explaining things. Mm-hmm. It really just cuts the amount of time that I used to spend in writing emails, explaining something, to just 30 seconds. I can put something together that looks like I spent hours.
How do you think your use of AI, and we're going to go through some of the top sites that you use, and we're going to go through something that just got released this week. I know, I'm so excited. Okay, wait. So, how do you think that AI saves you money? Because we're all about making money through real estate here. And I believe that when you're saving money, you're making money also. So how does it save you money?
Oh, it saves so much. I mean, when I started in real estate, it was easy for you to spend $150 to do this, $150 to do that, $500 to do this. It really was just nickel and diming you just to do the job. And now with AI, and there are so many tools, and most of the tools that we're going to talk about today really have a free version or a very, very low cost version. Mm-hmm. And so that has saved money, because truly most of these, I use the free version, so it doesn't cost me anything. And then it's also my time, and my time is even more valuable. So learning systems and putting them together and having them work for me, which just took so much time, is now I just have these like 5-10 main tools that I can just tap into, and 30 seconds later, it does whatever I needed it to do.
Now, we're going to go through your top 5, but we can list your top 10 in below. We'll list your top 10 below. But I just want to say that if you guys stick with us until the end, you're going to learn all about the newest version of ChatGPT, and I'm going to show you how you can use it on the go when you're actually with a client. It's mind blowing. But let's start with your number 5, which is My Lens?
My Lens, yes. So the first one that I wanted to talk about was something that I discovered not that long ago. And as an agent, and also when I'm working with agents and helping them with their business, we're constantly explaining something to a buyer or a seller. And whether it be a checklist or what's going to happen next is just something that is just part of our daily life. The seller wants to know, well, after I have my contract accepted, what is it that I'm going to expect to happen in the next week? And so what this does, the My Lens has the ability to create just like a visual of a timeline. If I told it, like this morning, just to prep for this, I just double checked to see what would it look like if I had a contract that was accepted today, and 30 days from now it's going to close, and it happens to be with an FHA loan. What are the things that I need to be looking for? And it gave me day 1, contract is accepted. Day 2, the buyer will have gone through the application process for their loan if they hadn't already done it. By day 10, the inspection would have happened. And it just goes on and on through the 30 days. And while I do have that already as an agent, and we all have that, sometimes there's just like that extra little something. This house has a pool and there's going to be an extra inspection. Add that to my timeline. And poof, 5 seconds later, I have a timeline that is for that particular transaction.
Does it automatically, if you told it, I have this transaction that's happening with this house, we're in this process, does it give you all of the steps that it thinks from being an artificial intelligence, and then you can fix it up, you can edit it, or do you have to feed it the steps?
You do have to feed it the steps. However, most of us have kind of played with things a little bit, to where if we needed to paste in a little extra something line, you could definitely do that. It's not perfect. So if you did need to add that to it, you would just have to go back in and say, with the previous example, add blank step at step 4, let's say, and it should produce a really good timeline. I haven't had it really have very many hiccups. I tried 10 different scenarios over the last week, and each one of them really worked.
And you can give that to a client if you want to just sort of visualize the process for them and make them understand what you know.
Yeah, I mean, these are questions that we get all the time. It's a matter of, we prep our clients, obviously. However, there's always something that is different than the previous transaction, or something different that this particular buyer or seller just doesn't know.
Yep.
And so this is a way we have a conversation, you get off the phone, or you get back from the meeting and you say, you know what, I'm just going to send you a process flow for you to just have it printed out, put it on a refrigerator so that 5 days from now, this is what you expect. 10 days from now, this is what you can expect. And it's preparing them, which I find that when we work with buyers and sellers, having them ready for what can go wrong, or hopefully all goes right, really just lets them think of you as that knowledge holder that they hired you for, and make you worth the amount of commission that you are going to get at the closing table.
Well, you know what? I recently just purchased a new home. Well, I guess not recent anymore. It's been like a year and a half now, but whatever. There were times where I didn't realize that something was due. Right? And having that stuck on my fridge with the due date and being like, okay, this is the date that I'm going to need this, because I was just going along with my life. And then my real estate agent would have to call me and be like, did you remember you need this today or this today? And I was like, oh, that's today? And I'm horrible about putting things on my calendar. So this would have helped me if I had something that was branded with you on it. You know what I mean? That had your brand and your contact, put it on my fridge and keep the process flowing for me. I love that. So that was my Lens, LENS.ai.
Yeah, my LENS. And it's been .ai.
I love it. Okay, next one.
Okay, so number 2. Oops, let me flip my paper. Got my notes here. The next one. Oh, this one. Oh my gosh. So this is another one that I only found out with a couple of weeks ago. And it is using YouTube and creating summary. So it's YouTube summary. This is a Chrome extension.
Okay.
So it is something that you need to attach to your computer when you're using Chrome. So it's not going to work on anything else, and just add it as an extension. And when you're doing a video, or not when you're doing a video, I'm sorry, when you're watching a video. So for example, a lot of us in real estate, we look at Dave Ramsey has some great financial advice for people. And I was checking this out. This is the first one that I did. And he had, I believe it was top 10 things for a new home buyer to keep in mind as they're preparing to buy a house, something like that. So what I was able to do is you click a button, and the button gives you the transcript of the entire video, which there's other programs that do that too. So that's pretty amazing. And then also you have the ability to click the next button, one to the right or to the left, and it will open up ChatGPT, which will then create a summary of what he just said.
Oh, wow.
So he has this 10-minute video. Yes.
So you don't even have to watch the 10-minute video, which I hate doing.
Have bullet points on my entire life.
Right.
That is just my dream. I am not great at watching a 15-minute video. unless I'm learning something in depth. I'm good with that. However, if I need to know if you told me that what are the top 5 things, I want to know them. Here they are. Give me a little explanation and let's move on.
Right.
And that's what this did. It actually gave me that summary, and it gave me the bullet point, the little 2 sentences, what it did. And then I could take that, and let's say I was talking to somebody that is not ready to buy today. They're going to be buying next year, and they've never bought before. It's just another touch point for me to send them a text message, an email, or even post something on social media to say, if you're thinking, or all these kids that are graduating from college and looking to buy or rent, maybe in the next year they're going to be buying, and here are 5 things for them to keep in mind as they're getting ready to buy next year.
And you have it already there summarized in bullet points. And if you want to make it different, right, you can put it into ChatGPT again and ask it to make this different, and it will.
And it will. Or if you want to cite, I was watching something with David Ramsey, and here are his top 5 things. However, it's in your voice. And that is something, again, you add it to social media, and you've done this instead of, I don't know about you, but it would take me an hour to write something like that,
Right.
and to have it sound intelligent, and then to put it out there on social media so that they are, it's touching everybody that you're connected to.
I have to say, I challenge everyone who's watching this to now use the YouTube summary. Go on, summarize this podcast with the top 5, AI tools for realtors, and then use it on your social media. So summarize us. And I want you to tell us in the comments how that worked for you, if it did do the summary for you.
Yes. Love that idea.
Okay, so that was YouTube summary. And you go into your Chrome, you go to the extensions, which is usually somewhere on the right-hand side, and you download it.
It took 5 seconds. Amazing. I love that. I didn't even know about it before.
All right, what's the next one?
The next one is called CapCut.
Ooh, I like this one.
Yeah, CapCut. Love it for this first reason. It's totally free.
Okay.
Totally free. This is
free is always good.
Free is always good. And most of these things have a free version. This one is totally free, like totally free. So if you are someone who is creating videos for your buyers and sellers or social media, you have a YouTube channel or anything like that, it is a challenge and so time consuming for us to be editing our own videos. Okay. So many of you might farm that out, which is great, and go ahead.
So wait, it edits for you?
Well, no, it doesn't exactly edit for you. However, it does make editing so much easier.
Okay.
I've used a number of different editing softwares, and I use them for just about any video that I put out. I mean, if I'm, out with my dog and I do a little video, that's totally different. Yeah. However, if it's something that I actually want to be out there that will stay out there as information for my clients, then I want it to look a little bit better. And whether I'm adding in 2 or 3 videos to make one video, or I want to add text to it. And, we can do this within Instagram and all those things. However, if you really want to have video that you're adding to your channels, this will allow you to add things like, which this was my favorite, and I live in Florida, so I'm not going to use this all that much, but it has some of these filters. So you could add snow to that beautiful listing. It's coming on the market, and you're putting on the market in December, and it hasn't snowed yet. However, you wanted to have some snow falling from that video that you took of this new listing that you're putting out there. It just has these filters that are so easy to use, and it's in full form. It's not just that reel that you're doing on social media.
I love that. So you're actually creating your social media videos, your YouTube videos, whatever you need to promote yourself as a real estate agent. You're using that to edit everything, and it's free.
Yeah, and it's free. It's free, and it has so many more things than some of the paid versions of some of the other systems that it's just all in one. So Everybody should be using it.
And what I'm guessing is that the AI portion is when you add the snow, it's making it fall and it's looking like real snow. So it's like the whole making everything look realistic. Like we all saw when ChatGPT came out with the video that it can now make videos. We all saw it make a cat look like it was walking through the forest kind of thing. Same thing, right? It can make the cat walk through the forest, right?
Yes,
right.
Basically. Yes, it can. It does. It has some of those features that are in it. And while the AI portion is on the smaller side, it is a portion of this editing software. So it does have it like all there for you.
Again, for free.
It makes pictures and videos come to life.
Awesome. So that was CapCut, CapCut. Oh, wait. Now, what if I wanted to take those same videos and put them into a million different languages for all of my different clients?
Well, wouldn't you know it, you can actually do that with HeyGen.
HeyGen.
So, good segue.
Thank you.
I know. HeyGen, and so HeyGen, what it can do is, so I live in Florida. There's a lot of Spanish-speaking people, and if I wanted to add videos to that particular part of the population, I can take a video that I did, or maybe manipulate it, slightly, and have a secondary video that is of that other language. So wherever you are, if there's another language now. And I wish I do not know the answer to this question, but I do know that it has some of the main languages. So if you're looking for something a little bit more obscure, it may not have that. However, Spanish is a big one for us.
You're probably going to get Spanish, Russian, French, Portuguese, like the Italian, Mandarin, Korean. Yeah.
Yeah. And so while I don't speak fluently Spanish, if I have a client, just imagine that you have clients, and even if that's not your language, a lot of times they bring somebody else with them. So maybe it's a spouse that has a language barrier. However, you could have that same video that you're sending to somebody that they're a new buyer, they've never bought before. Here are the 5 steps, and here's this video. Well, just so that your partner has the ability to hear the same information, here's what's going to happen as we search for your new home.
So that's HeyGen with a G-E-N, not a J.
Correct. Yes. HeyGen, G-E-N.
Okay. I think a lot of people are going to be using that. Again, I would have my own playlist of just all Spanish stuff, all Mandarin stuff. It would be like Noel in every culture and language.
Exactly. Yep. Super helpful.
And then you could go to CapCut and you could put like Tokyo behind you, or you could put Madrid behind you, or whatever you want. I'm just going off on a tangent here. Okay. Next one is what? Undetectable? What's undetectable?
Yes. So the next one's undetectable. So if you are using, which by now you should be using, ChatGPT or Gemini or one of those types of AI tools, what we are starting to have happen is Google, when they're searching, and you want your SEO on your blogs and all these different things to not be catching you using AI, because that's what they're going to do. They're going to start rewarding people that are not using AI.
And punishing people that are.
And punishing people who are. And so they've already started doing that. So what AI has figured out how to do is how to mask the AI. So there is a tool called Undetectable. And what it does is it grades you on the information that what ChatGPT has spit out for you. And it's taking it and it's grading it on if it is detectable as an AI document that you created. And so what this can do is you can actually use it to then turn it into something that is undetectable.
Yep.
That you used AI.
So I have to say, I was just watching another podcast, and I can't remember which one it was, and they were talking about using your ChatGPT, your Gemini, whatever you're using, Jasper, whatever you're using those different things for your blogs. And I mean, we all know that you could knock out 50 blogs in a couple of hours, right? If you wanted to. But they were saying that Google now, it's scanning with its bots to see what is AI. And if it's AI, you're being punished for that. It's not going to list you. You're not going to show up in search engines. It's going to say, don't go there, basically, because that's it's AI content.
Yeah, it'll move you to later on page 5 instead of being on page 1. Mm-hmm.
But this is awesome because now you can still knock out those 50 in an hour, those 50 blogs that you wanted in an hour, run it through Undetectable, figure out how to make it undetectable, and then use it in Google until Google figures out how to capture that too.
And they will. So our job is just to be ahead of everyone else. Because if you have 50 agents in your market that are using these AI tools and you're using Undetectable versus the other 49 of them, you now are going to start to rank above them. So what you do is you just take, now this is something that you do have the ability, and I forget how much it is on the monthly basis that you can use that is free. Mm-hmm. However, I don't remember how much it is. However, the yearly subscription is really very, very minimal. If you are creating those blogs or you are doing documents that you're sending over to your clients and you're having that posted online, this is something that you can feasibly do for just such a small amount on a monthly basis.
And I love that because the truth is that you need to prospect, you need to gain leads. And a lot of people use blogging as a way to get those leads, to get their name on the search engine coming up when people Google, how do I buy my first home? When people Google, how do I turn my home into a smart home? Whatever it is that they're looking for, and you have a blog on there, you're going to come up. Hopefully in your area.
Agreed. I mean, this is just a bonus part of it. However, I definitely want to encourage you to be adding things to the website that you're using. You're answering these questions all the time. We talk to buyers and sellers and we answer the same questions all the time.
Like a parrot.
So why not take that information, have it in a nice, pretty page on your website, so that you can direct people to it, and that as time goes on, these are things that people are looking for, and you can be found and actually have leads come to you because of the documents that you've created.
That's so true. You are your best source of FAQs because you know what you say over and over and over again.
These tools, you can do it in...
Right, and not get caught, right? So the next one, I'm so excited. This is what we've all been waiting for. And guys, of course, you know what ChatGPT is. Like, everyone knows what ChatGPT is. Everyone knows there's 3.5, which is the totally free version. Everyone knows that there's 4.
Do you really know what it is?
Well, yeah, I mean, but everyone uses it to create a quick email or, I will actually go to ChatGPT. I sound like Yoda, like I'm putting in fragments of sentences and I'm like, make this better. And then I get like the pretty long email that totally explained even what I forgot to explain. They and when I say just, I mean just released ChatGPT-4o. Now, they've already had 4 for a while, which gave you a lot more more expansion on what you could do. It understood. It was more conversational. But this is 4o. The O is not 0. It's O, and it stands for Omni. OMNI. So ChatGPT 4o. And if you go on your ChatGPT now, you can go to modes or models, and you can pull it down and you'll see it's there. Even free version people have it, which is amazing because usually they put these things behind a paywall. They did not do this for this. You can speak to it like a person and ask it real-time information. Real-time information. So Susan, I'm going to do for you. I'm going to pull it up. This is really exciting. Wait, I had it up. Where is it? Here it is.
I did one right before we got on today, and
you did.
It was crazy.
And when she says she did one right before we got on, that's because that's how new it is. It's not like she could have done this a while back. So it's connecting. I do want to say, Susie, I say please And thank you to my AI all the time. I ask it how it's doing in the morning. I do. I say, hey, Chatty, how are you? Because when AI takes over, I want them to know that I'm a good human, right? I'm one of the good ones.
All
right.
You're filling your bucket already.
I am. Okay, so we're going to do this. Hey, Chatty, would you give me the number of active listings in Franklin Lakes, New Jersey for under $1 million? It's thinking.
Currently, there are a few active real estate listings in Franklin Lakes, New Jersey, priced under $1 million. Specifically, there are 4 homes available within this price range. If you need more detailed information about these listings or assistance with any other real estate inquiries, feel free to ask.
Okay, I'm going to ask you about one in particular. Where did I have it? Hold on. Can you tell me about 717 Snyder Lane in Franklin Lakes, New Jersey? Thinking.
717 Snyder Lane in Franklin Lakes, New Jersey is listed for $959,900. It features 4 bedrooms and 2.5 bathrooms, situated on a 2.12-acre lot. The property includes a large driveway and a 2-car garage, offering plenty of outdoor space and privacy. If you need more detailed information or additional specifics about this property, feel free to ask.
You couldn't do that before.
I was just going to say, I wanted to give you a real life application on how you can use that, because I was thinking, I'll be working with a buyer and that buyer wants to know about a particular community, and I can just send them the 5 new listings that have come on the market this past week, right? I could totally do that. However, what I have found over the years that I've been doing this is just sending them something that they can get from Zillow that they probably already had from Zillow, because Zillow is obnoxious and is sending them something all the time anyway. How do I differentiate myself and how do I become valuable for them? I'm pointing out because they've told me what's important to them. And so those 5 new listings that have come on the market that are applicable for what they're looking for, I'm able to tell. And so what I did is I asked, give me 5, I don't remember, but I'm going to say, give me 5 listings that are in, so I'm in Florida, so I'm in a place that's close to Lakewood Ranch, Florida, in, it's in Manatee, Sarasota County. And I asked for 5 listings that are under $800,000 with a pool in Lakewood Ranch, Florida. And it fit out, and give me what was it? I forget, but I'm going to say, what are the attributes of those homes? And it gave me a little sentence for each one of them as to why it was such a great home. Whether it was an updated kitchen, it had extra, it was on an acre, or it had this, that, and the other thing. And so then I could take that, add that to, I'm going to send them the listings anyway through the MLS.
So
However,
smart.
I've actually told them why these are great homes.
Yep.
And then that's where I become valuable, instead of it being, oh, I could have found this, or I already saw these this morning at 6 a.m. With Zillow.
And that's true, because when you go into it, if I can open this up, everything that it just told me came up on the screen, which I can then copy and paste into whatever. So even though I was talking to it, I could copy and paste whatever it just told me into something else.
I could take it and I could send it via a text message.
Yep.
You probably received these earlier this morning. Maybe they were on an auto alert. And I just wanted to tell you why I think these 2 especially are great options for us to take a look at this weekend.
So literally this just came out, and I'm going to ask whoever's watching to play around with it and give us all of the instances where you feel as though you can use this. You know what I mean? We tried doing some comparative analysis of different homes on it. It did it, but it didn't do it like to the specifications that I would have wanted it. We tried asking it about what's the fair market value of a home. And I did it on my home, and it came up with a really good range, but still, You'd need a lot more detail. But you tell, like, let's have people tell us, and then maybe we can come back and do some more. They're going to come out with something where it hasn't been released to me because I'm not that important. But they're going to come out where you can take video of something and you can have it give you analysis on the video. So I'm wondering if we'll be able to take video of a home and it tell us, does it see any problems with something? I don't know. I don't really know, but the way it's moving, I totally feel like this could become an agent's best friend on their phone.
And that's what's going to set us apart from another agent. The other agents are the ones that are sending auto alerts or really just becoming a live Zillow, which isn't necessarily going to garner you referrals and have a buyer or a seller feel that you are the person that can help them with that sale or with that buy. Yep. We can use these tools to supplement the personal relationships that we have with our clients. So it doesn't take that part away. But if we're not using these, we're going to be behind the 8 ball because there's tons of other agents that are using them. Well, we just need to be better at it.
So, Susan, if I want you to be my coach, if I want you to lead me in the right direction, how am I going to find you?
So we will have the information, I'm sure, in the description. However, if you needed to chat with me, if you just look up Suzy, S-U-Z-Y, South, like North and South, S-O-U-T-H, you can find me. I'm on all the social networks. And if you needed to send me an email, it's Suzy, S-U-Z-Y, at South, S-O-U-T-H, cells, SELLS.com.
Thanks for watching this episode. Now don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment. And we'll see you next time.